Your debut was significant for a lot of reasons, for the organization and for the fan base, but there will be several really important debuts as this summer progresses. Based on social media, based on conversations with you and Grayson Rodriguez and DL Hall, it seems that you guys, among others, have really bonded off the field, away from the ballpark. Is that a fair assessment of you guys, and is that important?
Yeah, I'd say that I have a lot of close friends in this organization, and kind of like you were talking about, guys with high character being in this organization. I think I'm extremely fortunate, and the guys around me are extremely fortunate to just be able to have friends who care about your career and then also about you as a person, how you're doing, mentally, physically at the time, and that's just a tremendous blessing, and also thank you to the front office, the coaching staff, and everyone who's kind of involved in picking guys. And so it definitely is an important aspect too, because just with how long the season is and how many games you play, you need guys who have your back day in and day out, and it makes it way more fun to come to the field every day.
When you're around, and when you've been around, either at the ballpark or away, Grayson Rodriguez, DL Hall, Kyle Stowers, just to name a few, do you guys talk about winning pennants here at Camden Yards, winning world championships here in Baltimore?
Yes. I think winning is definitely the most important topic of discussion when it comes to the day in and day out. But with that, I think we have a good perspective of not looking too much into the future, that we're missing kind of that day-to-day aspect of it, because in order to get to that point, you have to win the day-to-day, the hour-to-hour, and kind of break down those timelines into smaller increments so that your goal isn't so big that you lose kind of that focus on how you get to that point, that journey. And I think that's the important separator in our conversations. But definitely that end goal, that lofty goal that we want to achieve at the end of the day is a championship, because that's really what matters, and that's that kind of long-term memory that you make that lasts a lifetime.
Grayson once told me about a time he faced you in spring training of 2020. I don't know if you remember the at-bat, but you were both apparently pretty geared up for it, and he claims he hit about 99.7 on the gun. Do you remember that at-bat against Grayson in the spring of 20? Because I know how it ended.
The COVID?
It was before COVID or during COVID.
The spring training that got shut
Yes.
down? Yeah, I had one AB off of him.
Do you know what happened?
Oh, yeah.
What happened?
I hit a home run off him.
And Grayson remembers that too.
Oh, he does. That was before we were friends too. So that was kind of an interesting start to our relationship, because I had played with him for a week and a half in Delmarva, and caught him 2 or 3 times, but at that point we didn't really know each other, and so it was one of those things that was definitely a laughing point moving forward, not immediately after, but as we kind of grew in our relationship.
How did you break the ice after that?
Well, he'd just give me, he'd give me these stare downs in the locker room or in the weight room, and I just kind of, laugh because it's a spring training at bat. But he's a competitive dude, and so. But I think once we kind of developed our, our relationship, our friendship, it became one of those things that he realized that, I'm pulling for him and he's pulling for me, and so that's when you can start to laugh about those ABs and really make each other better.
You rather catch Grayson than face him in the box?
Absolutely. But it's been fun to face him since then, just because it's we're so close now.